Let's see. Where my girls at? Where my girls at? No, for real, where my girls at? There we go. Alright. Hello, everybody. How are y'all doing tonight? Yeah. Where my people at? Where my people at? Okay, here we go. Y'all, give me a second. I'm getting everything together. Oh, dear. Okay, yeah. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Ooh. Trying to look a rackety mess tonight. What is going on? How's everybody doing? Hi, everyone. Hey, Catherine. Baby Catherine says she's going to be here if nobody else is going to be here, and I'm here for it. I have a question. What scene made you cry that's not a character's demise? That's a good question. That was a good way to start this off. A scene from Charmed that made me cry that's not a character's demise. I think oh my God, what is the scene? Okay, this is a good question because I feel like I ain't never really thought about this. I think a scene from the show that makes me cry that wasn't an unaliving scene is probably... Oh my God, I don't know. I feel like it involves Phoebe though. And I feel like it's either when Phoebe sees Patty outside of the restaurant when they went back in the past in that 70s episode, or Phoebe when she saw Patty in her vision. I feel like it's one of them. Oh Lord. Let's see what... I don't know who this person is. We're gonna try. Hello. How are you?
Good. You want a match?
I don't know how to do that, actually. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know. Hold on. Okay, all right. We're not doing that no more. We're not accepting no more. See, that's why I don't do that kind of stuff. That's exactly why I don't do that kind of stuff. Because, baby, I don't be knowing what's going on. I don't be knowing these people. That ain't what we here for. I'm not. That ain't. That ain't what I'm here for. That ain't what this is about. That ain't. We ain't doing that no more. That made my nerves bad. My anxiety got bad. Let me see what y'all saying. The last episode. Oh my God, yes. When Piper and her husband are going up the stairs, and you see all the pictures of the family except Prue, and then the music is going and whatever else, and I was so scared that they were gonna fall. But that scene, because you know how old Halliwell women are with stairs, and so... Oh God, that scene is definitely one that'll make you cry. Even if you don't like the finale, I promise you that is probably one of the scenes, and it's like a happy cry, but it's a happy / sad cry because the show is over, but you see that they got their happy ending. You know what I mean? Like, after all of that, they still get their happy ending. And it's, I don't know. Oh, God. Goodness. Hey, Blake. Oh, child. Ooh. They gave me the goosebumps. Let's see. In the beginning seasons when they drove around to hunt demons, baby, they was getting in the car when the demons came a knocking. Okay? When the demons came a knocking, make sure you got some gas in the car, because we ain't got time to be pulling over. Because wasn't nobody orbing, wasn't nobody magicking us around. Baby, you had to get in that car. And you had to go. When Cole messed with Paige's mind, that was definitely a sad one. Because when she was crying and she just seemed like she was just at her wit's end. And she was like, why are you doing this to me? I was like, oh my God. My girl's mind had snapped. The episode that made me cry was when Source Code was trying to tear her away from her sisters. What that mean? Are you talking about the one where they vanquished him? Tear her away from her sisters. I feel like I don't know what you're talking about. I mean, I feel like I know the gist of what you're talking about, but I feel like I don't know what episode you mean when you say tear her away from her sisters. Do you mean like... Girl, I don't know. I'm just gonna wait for you to say what you gotta say, because I don't know. Girl, I don't know. I also cried when the Angel of Destiny takes Leo. That scene is funny because okay, and y'all finna be like, now what was the point in laughing at that, and how was that funny? Let me say this to you. When the Angel of Destiny was like, it's time, I was like, girl, stop. I was like, girl, hush. And the fact that they put Lily in that block of ice when she could have just as easily taken him, like she could have just as easily like magicked away without putting him on ice. I just feel like that was so overkill. That was just something to make it dramatic, make his exit dramatic, because what was the point of putting him on ice? He was with her. It's not like he wasn't he was gonna be on a different plane of existence with her or whatever. That is so funny to me. It was so unnecessary. It was so unnecessary. And Piper was like, I have to lose you to save you. And I was like, who wrote that dialogue? Because I feel like they put that dialogue together like last minute, and they said, okay. I feel like they put that dialogue, and then the fact that Lily was like, Piper, what's going on? And then within like a minute, he was like, oh, well, I mean, whatever's happening, child, it's gotta happen. That's why I say Lily did not want to be with them people. Lily did not want to be with them people. He did not care about them. Because the way he accepted that he was finna be gone from them was hilarious. He was like, oh, girl, I'm getting out of here. Okay, well, all right. I'll see y'all later. I am telling you that is hilarious to me. That man didn't want to be there. Nobody can convince me that he did. And this is how I know the dialogue was put together last minute, right? So Piper does her, I have to lose you to save you. And and then Phoebe's just like, she didn't even say nothing. She just like, and then Paige is just looking like, girl, I gotta go shopping after this, and I don't know what's going on because I'm sleeping. I am telling you that I am so tickled by that scene. I recently saw it. Somebody posted it on Instagram, and I was like, why is this so funny to me? So Winter Hutt Jr. is asking when this happened. So this was in season 8, and the episode is called Via Con Leos, which is hilarious anyway. I don't know what I know it's referencing something, but I don't know what it's referencing. Anyway, and so Jesus, in order to win didn't they call it the final battle? I think they called it the final battle, right? They called it I don't know. And so there's a great evil coming, and so supposedly, not vacation. Oh, vacation con Dios, go with God. You taught me something, child. So anyway, the point of the plot of it is that death is after Lily, right? Is after Leo. And Piper sees it, and she's trying to stop it, whatever else. Lily gets into a car crash. He's in the hospital. He's complete, like, he is messed up. The man is on the brink of going on to, I was gonna say the upper room, but I'm not gonna say the upper room because Lily is not going to the upper room. Anyway, and so Piper is moving heaven and earth to save this man. Like, Piper has summoned an elder, she has summoned an avatar, and then eventually she summons an angel of destiny to try to save this man. And so at the same time, Billy is trying to get a good beat on where her sister is, and so she ends up coming in contact with this demon who can freeze people in like literally freeze them in a block of ice. And so they strike a deal with the Angel of Destiny to let the charmed ones are gonna let the demon go if he freezes Leo in the block of ice, and then the Angel of Destiny is gonna take Lily with her to wherever, and that's gonna save him. And then the Angel of Destiny looks at Billy and is like, she's like, you will find your sister, Billy. It's your destiny. And I was like, so she knew standing there that this woman and her sister were gonna be the ultimate power. I got like, girl, what is going on? I said, baby, not her being messy. I said, no, wait a minute. So she's sitting here looking these people in the face because the whole point of Lily being unalived was that it was supposed to give Piper and I was going to say in the other two, it was supposed to give the charmed ones their, like, a boost essentially to be strong enough to fight. And I'm like, do you know how sad that is? That this woman's common law husband was gonna have to be unalived in order for them to have the get up and go about them to fight the final fight. Girl, that is sad. That lets you know them girls did not want to do that. Listen, Magic was like, I know they don't want to do this. Magic was like, they ain't got nothing to do with this. We gotta push them. Yes, common law, baby. Y'all know that was common law. Because I actually, I don't even know if I want to say common law. Because if we're being 100% honest, do they even have a marriage license? A marriage certificate? Did they have any of that? Could they get any of that? And I'm not talking about with forged documents. I'm not talking about with forged documentation. I'm talking about actual marriage. No, they couldn't. And I love when people try to like jump through hoops and be like, I remember I had one friend who, you ever just met someone that's just contrary for no reason? And I was like, they're not married. And my friend was like, well, yeah, because they forged a birth certificate and they, whatever. And that's how they filed for the marriage license. And I was like, baby, they may be legally married, but it's forged. That's my point, is that they had to forge it. Like, it's like, baby, that is like, come on. Like, let's be real. Let's be for real. Lily didn't have no kind of legal documentation. The only person, the only like thing that even showed he ever existed was 70 years old. 80. And so it's like, Lily was gone. Yes, she did forge his passport for forge his birth certificate for the passport. And then like, he had like that big old huge birth certificate that looked like a diploma. And she was like, if we just change this to a 7 and it looks like and I was like, you're forging legal documentation. Okay. Literally, if someone were to dig into it and really get to questioning something, they would be like, this is not real. This is not real. This is fake. This is forged. So, That's why I call it a common law marriage. Cause I mean we can call it legal all we want, but that's all I'm saying. Why would Leo even need a passport? He could just orb anywhere he wanted to. Because Piper was in her I want to be a normal girl bag, and she didn't want to orb to Paris or wherever it was they were trying to go for their honeymoon. She wanted to fly. She wanted to get on a plane and go. And I'm like, girl, you gonna have to let that dream go. Like, you're going to have to let it go. Because this man, Piper said, if she said, listen, we done already broke some magical rules. We might as well go ahead and break the law. We might as well just go on ahead, forge documents, do whatever we gotta do so that I can get on a plane and feel normal. Piper, just let the man orb you. My God in heaven, why are we doing that? I want to get on a plane and I want to fly. Girl. Because if you think that Phoebe was tripping on that, baby, when Cole randomly hugged her and was like, you want to go to Paris? And she was like, yeah. And guess what they did? They shimmered to Paris. Baby, Phoebe wasn't worried about that. Phoebe was not worried about, I want to feel normal. I want to fly on a plane. Phoebe was like, okay, let's go. Phoebe said, if you shimmering, I'm catching a ride. But not Piper. Piper said, I want to feel normal. Girl, okay. Okay, Piper. Okay, Piper. Okay. Would that have been personal gain if they orbed for the honeymoon? Probably. 9 will get you 10. 9 will get you 10. That is exactly what it would have been. But that's just me. That's just me, child. I'm trying to look at these comments because y'all know I don't be looking at comments. As an adult, you realize how much the show didn't make sense. But as a kid and teenager, it was everything. Oh, it was. Baby, it was everything back in the cut. They did orb to Italy at one point, I think. With the kid. I think it was with the kids. That's what's so funny about it. Because I think at that point, Piper was like, girl, we might as well use this magic to our advantage. If we got it, we might as well go ahead and use it. Why didn't they make money using magic? It's personal gain. Personal gain. Because anything you do is personal gain. You want to bring a dish over to you? Personal gain. You want to levitate so you can clean the ceiling? Personal gain. But then them girls decided, we don't care. We don't care. If we want to make a man, we're going to make a man. They said if we want to... I'm stuttering because I can't remember because I'm old and I'm sleepy. Child, whatever we're going to do, we're going to do it. If we want to conjure a dress, we're going to conjure a dress. Child, who started the personal gain thing? Was it Melinda? No, it's just a rule of good magic. It's just who they... like, one of the Wiccan rules you have to follow. It's on Peacock and it's on Prime. I don't know if y'all... Yeah. It's on Peacock and Prime. Child. I said, listen, if I had magic, I'm going to be just like Paige. If you think I'm going to a dry cleaner, you out your mind. I'm not doing it. I'm not going to a dry cleaner. Not when I can say a little ditty. Oh, Lord. I meant a little rhyme. Not ditty. What power would I want for myself? That is such a good question that I don't know the answer to. Because every time I say it, it changes. Thank y'all for the roses, by the way. Thank you, Olivia. Her name is Olivia. It's Wingardium Olivia. Not Olivia. What were we talking about? Y'all, what was I talking about? Thank you, Kat. Oh, thank you. Thank you guys so much. What were we talking about? The power I'd have. Okay, thank you. Thank y'all for keeping me on task. Okay, and y'all ain't gaslighting me yet. Okay, so I always switch because I feel like, hey, Leah. I feel like Piper never lost her powers. That was Phoebe. I feel like I would... Thank you for the finger. I feel like Oh, I know y'all gonna gaslight me. I'm already knowing. I'm gonna get gaslit tonight. And thank you, Bimbity. Is that Bimbity? Girl, what is that? Bimbity? I don't know how to say that. And I may have said it right. I may have said it wrong. But however I meant it, however it's pronounced, we thank you. Okay, Olivia with the pink shoes. Girl, not me sitting there just forgetting what I'm trying to say. Not me forgetting what I'm trying to say. Okay. Oh, that's so cute. The little hands. Okay, y'all. Okay, for real. We getting back on task. I promise. Okay. The power I'd have. Oh, thank you. Okay, whoever T Monet, is it Monet? Is it? I hope it is. Baby, I really hope it is. The power I'd have. So, I always get really mixed up because like I know I would love the power to freeze, but every time I try to think about a power that suits me, because I don't know if I would want a power that suits me or one that I could use like practically, right? And so I'm assuming that in this world I would not have personal gain to stop me. So if I don't have personal gain, then I am going to go with probably premonitions because I'm finna win the lottery. I'm sorry. And that may only be, I'm finna win the lottery. I'm getting on the stock market. I'm finna abuse that power. Like I am going to use that power for everything that it is possibly worth. I'm finna have premonitions about Beyonce's next album and start leaking everything, and then people gonna be like, oh, how did he know that? And then I'm going viral on Twitter and everything else, and people gonna be like, oh my god, how did he know that? I'm finna do all of that, baby. I'm finna be using that premonitions. Phoebe could control the premonitions. That's how she got in trouble, because she was calling premonitions. Baby, yes you can. Like that was the whole point. And that it was random. No, it literally was not random when she could control it. It was random when I get what you're saying. The power was not random necessarily. That was one episode. Did you? Okay, I'm not going to ask that question. Do we not remember in season 1 where she was, practicing calling premonitions? And going forward, she could call premonitions when she wanted to. Like, did you watch that part, or did you miss it? Because I know there's a lot in the show, and so like I don't know. I'm not trying to be shady. I'm just saying like they weren't wrong. She could just circumvent them, like you know how like Ravens on That's So Raven. You know how she would get. Phoebe's powers were random. She couldn't control them, but she could influence them. Are y'all? She called a premonition in one episode. It was called a power too. Baby, did you? Okay, I'm not trying to be funny. I'm really not trying to be funny right now. And yes, I'm finna be a little extra, and I'm finna go down a rabbit hole. I don't think that we were watching the same television program, because literally the reason that Phoebe's powers got taken from her in season 6 is because she was getting premonitions from touching the men so that she could see what their relationship was going to be like. You know what I'm saying? Even in season 5, when Paige took her to where the Titans were freed, she put her hands over the thing and she got a vision. Phoebe could call premonitions on purpose. I think you gaslighting me. I really think you may just be gaslighting me. I really think that, because there's no way that you watch this show. that you playing. I don't know. I could be wrong. I could 100% be wrong, but I don't. I don't think you watching. Oh God, have mercy. Why did that tickle me? Why did that tickle me? Why did that tickle me? When she learned how to manipulate them with the seer charisma Carpenter. Baby, that was season 6. Okay, why am I still going back and forth about this when clearly we didn't watch the same television program? I think you thinking about That's So Raven. I really do. I think you thinking about That's So Raven, and I'm not doing this with you. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this no more. I'm not doing this. I am not doing this. Oh God. Oh, that tickled me. That tickled me. Okay, all right. I'm moving on. That's a battle I'm not gonna win because I was watching Charmed and you were watching Sea Harmed. I'm just going. Anyway. Anyway, so also I want to go back because when I was talking about getting premonitions, right? I saw some people like, no, I wouldn't want that power. I think you just don't know how to use it. And I think that that's why a lot of people don't care for her power is because it's not like Piper's and they can't make it go boom and they can't, they're not gonna be able to blow people up and freeze people and whatever else. But her power is absolutely like truly important. Like, not only is it important, but it can do so much. I don't know. She was forcing premonitions for personal gain and lost her powers, but married the source. Well, yeah, because so in universe, her premonitions were being blocked, right? From a writer's perspective, I think they were just like, okay, there's no way that we can get around her not having a premonition about this. But then they would go like forever without her having a premonition about something. So I don't know. Even when he was Balthazar, he never got a premonition. She never got a premonition. Like, even when he was Balthazar, my girl never knew a thing. She was engaging in coitus with this man and nothing. But did you start to recollect certain spells and stuff they could have used? Oh, all the time. Baby, it's so easy to watch that show and be like, why didn't they just do that here? Why didn't they just do that there? I don't know. Why didn't they all turn evil when Phoebe married Cole, like when Prue did? I go back and forth on that because I think the difference is that Prue was turned evil by a spell, and that's why it ran so deep, because the spell was affecting all of them and it was affecting their group magic, whereas Phoebe individually turned evil, if that makes any sense. Like, because the baby was affecting Phoebe, but then you kind of get into that realm of like, okay, well, if the baby was affecting and corrupting Phoebe, then you would think that it would have corrupted her magic, which would have in turn corrupted her sister's magic. So the ultimate answer that I'm going to give to that is that the writers didn't think it through. That's the ultimate answer I'm going to give. And I think that that's kind of the long and the short of it. And I really hate to say that because I like to try to have like an actual thought process on it, but I think that that's one of those things where the writing just wasn't good to me. That don't mean nothing because one of y'all might come up with a really, really good theory and then we can go from there. So don't, but that's just me. Yeah, like somebody said, Phoebe turned evil, like as opposed, like she wasn't turned evil, she chose evil. So that's my little thing. If they had let me in that writer's room, baby, that show would have been everything. How do you feel about half white lighters being able to turn evil? I mean, well, it makes sense. Like, I wonder if a white lighter, a white lighter who can, who turns evil. I wonder if they become a dark lighter. Because I would assume you can't still retain the power to orb regularly if you turn evil. So it's like, I just wonder. I just wonder. I just wonder. So somebody said her empath powers were treated as an active power. I do think it's an active power technically. Because so, okay. Here's the thing. Well, that don't make no sense because I'm contradicting myself by saying that. I don't know. I'm on the fence. That's a good point that I have never thought about before. So I was going to say that the difference is that Phoebe's premonitions were random until she learned how to control them and she could call them, but she also still got them at random. So it was a mixed bag of the power. So it was technically a passive power. She just knew how to channel it and use it at command. However, her empathy power initially was random as well. And initially she couldn't control it. It just came whenever until she learned how to control it. And but that's kind of the difference. I think that's where the difference comes. Is, to me, her premonitions were a passive power because it gave her other abilities. And even though she learned how to call it, it still would happen at random. Whereas the empathy, once she learned how to control it, it didn't just happen. Like, she had to make it happen. You know what I mean? Does that make any sense? Because, baby, I'm just throwing this out there. Like, I'm thinking about this as we're talking. So, I don't know, child. I don't know. You putting a lot of stock in what I'm saying, and I don't be knowing what I'm talking about sometimes. Leo's counterpart was a dark. Well, I'm not gonna say a dark. Leo's counterpart was a dark lighter in that episode where Gideon, his evil counterpart, had a plan. Yeah, because they were in the evil universe. So that makes sense. When Prue was an empath, she definitely got active. God. I strongly dislike when Prue was an empath. So yeah. That's just me. That's just me. I don't care for it. You must be my... Oh, I don't know if I told y'all this, but I do block people. Do y'all know that? Did y'all know that? The people in here that don't know? Like... Like, I do block people, baby. So, I want y'all to know that. If you in here cutting up, sometimes I'll be having to go through the comments. But, I do block people. So... Prue wasn't meant to be an empath. That's why she was going nuts. The problem with that, to me, is not that she went crazy, because I think that absolutely makes 100% sense for her to have gone insane to get a power like that she wasn't meant to have. The problem is that within like 24 hours, she mastered it. And not only did she master it, but she was able to use it to manipulate the strength of her innate power. And she was doing all these acrobatics and whatever. Like, and then how did she send it through an astral Prue into Venteris? Like, you see what I'm saying? It was too much happening. It was too much happening in one moment. Because what she did when she put the human emotion, whatever, into her astral self, and that's how she vanquished him. Somebody in the writer's room was like, okay, how can we make Prue as powerful as possible? And you know what I mean? Like, That doesn't make any sense. I used to love the episode, and I do still love it. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I do still love the episode, but there was no point in them doing that. There was none. There was no reason to have Prue be able to master a power that was not meant for her and that was driving her insane, and not only master it, but use it to her advantage with her other power. That is crazy to me. That is crazy to me, because I understand that their powers are tied to their emotions. So if she's able to control her emotions like that and control that many emotions, of course it was going to make her base power more powerful. But there was just no reason. There was no reason. And I can't. I can't. Like, and whoever, and I'm gonna say it again because y'all know I'm old and I be repeating stuff. Whoever made the decision to have her be able to put them emotions in her astral self, I can't. I choose not to. It's not even that I can't. I choose not to. I make a conscious decision not to. Or it's the same logic that left Prue notice the time loops, because her and Phoebe are both psychic. When did Prue notice the time loops? Wait. What you talking about? When did Prue notice time loops? Am I missing something? Wait, or are we joking? Are we making a joke about her being able to do that? Because I don't remember that. I don't know. I'm a little... because her and Phoebe are both like, I don't know what you're talking about. In the season 1... Okay, wait. Because maybe I'm... Okay. Prue never noticed the time loop. That was Phoebe because of her power. And Phoebe was the one that convinced her and Piper that there was a time loop. She picked up on Tempest's time loops after Phoebe. It was the... They never said nothing about them being psychic. Baby, what did you watch? You must have been downloading episodes from LimeWire. I think that's what it was. I think you were downloading episodes from LimeWire. Prue noticed it, but it was after Phoebe brought it to her attention. Like, Phoebe was the one who knew something. Are y'all gaslighting me? Is this where y'all gaslighting me? I'll find it and put it in the Discord. I promise I'm not. I'm gonna have to see that one, because I don't... Even if Prue did start to notice it, it had to have been after Phoebe, because Phoebe was the one who was like reading the newspaper to them, and she was the one who counted down to the crash and things like that. And then that's when... And I don't... I think I'm gonna just wait. I'm gonna wait to see what you come up with, and then we'll go from there. Because I don't believe this. Y'all, you will watch us see Harmed. You will watch us see Harmed, and that's okay. That's okay. That's all right. Mr. Plastic, yes, we do have a Discord. The link to it is in my bio. It's in my bio. Telekinesis and premonition are mind-based abilities, is what I'm saying. Well, they can both be mind-based abilities, but that don't mean that they have the same function. Like, just because, like, your telekinesis is not gonna let you see through stuff the way Phoebe's premonitions does, because Phoebe's premonition manipulates the psychic energy, or channel psychic energy, to where she can see through time. Prue is just moving stuff with her mind. I don't know. I don't know. Y'all making me... I don't know enough about psychic this and that to be having that kind of conversation. I'm just talking about the way we see the powers work in the show. And Phoebe was the only one who was forming psychic connections with things and people, whereas Prue could have like magic to magic connections. Jesus. Oh Lord. See, okay. This is where I want to apologize because sometimes I get real like worked up over stuff. Galen. Oh, Gail. That's Gail. Okay. We had that before because I was like, who got my name? But that's Gail Nelson. Okay. All right. Because Gail, baby, I thought you was stealing my identity. Because I was like, who is Galen Nelson? Knowing there's a whole N missing for that to be Galen Nelson. That's turn it on. Turn it on. That's what I gotta do. I gotta do that. Not y'all. Me. I gotta turn it on. Because there's a whole N missing. I'm acting like the people who see my name and they look completely over the A and they'll just be like, Glenn. Baby, that's not my name. It's not my name. Anyway, child. Okay. Well, let me get caught up, child. No, I remember Prue and Piper not believing Phoebe at first. Piper never believed that girl. But anyway, no, that's what I was saying. Okay. So that's my fault because I be sometimes when I get really like worked up over something, not in a bad way, like angry, but when I get like in my mind, I start talking real hard, and I wasn't trying to be mean to you, Blake, and I'm so sorry if I was. That wasn't me being mean. So I'm sorry about that. Let's see. What y'all talking about? Okay. Anyone to watch a Discovery of Witches? Thoughts? I started watching this show. I'm watching it now. I don't care for it so far. For a multitude of reasons. But we'll get to that. I love this picture of Phoebe because baby, she ate. Why am I watching this now? Why is everybody binging Charmed? I live for it. Do you think Paige would have had normal telekinesis on top of having telekinetic orbit? I do think that she should have. I really do think that she should have regular telekinesis, and I genuinely think that she probably did, and it just never manifested because she didn't try to use it. I don't know. Like other than the time with the candle when they were first trying to get her to channel it. I think that's the only time she tried to use regular telekinesis once she realized that she could telekinetic orb. So I genuinely think she had it. She just wasn't trying to use it, but that doesn't make any sense because it would have manifested at some point. Like, unless the white lighter side was suppressing it. But I don't know. And the only reason I say that is because Chris has regular telekinesis. Did Wyatt have regular telekinesis? Yeah, because he threw Phoebe in Imaginary Friends. I think that was the name of the episode, Imaginary Friends. He threw Phoebe back and he used telekinesis. And then he was choking, I think he was choking Chris in the future. And so I think Wyatt what couldn't Wyatt do, honestly, so. Oh Lord, y'all in these comments, baby. I be trying to keep up with the comments, but I can't. Wyatt was all power. Yeah, that's why I said I don't even know why. I don't even know why I was up here trying to ask questions about it. Because of course he had telekinesis. I'm sure he could freeze time at some point. I really, truly am. I'm sure he could freeze time. I'm sure he was getting premonitions. I mean, what else? He could probably levitate. My God. Like my Jesus in heaven. Like, she could slow down molecules and speed them up. That was the clearest way to explain Piper's power. Yeah. I do think Piper had the strongest powers, in my opinion. To be honest, like, Prue's telekinesis wasn't as potent. That's our cat. Our cat is cutting up right now. So, look over her. I'm not getting into that because if you don't know, and this is not towards you, girl, what is it? Diame, you with the D, with the D, I don't like talking about which sister was strong because I feel like that's so subjective, and I feel like anyone can be like, this sister is the strongest based on what they want. Like, oh, I think Piper's the strongest because she could da. I think Prue is the strongest because she was the oldest. I think Phoebe's the strongest because she was this, and that ain't got that. I ain't got time for that. That's not even why we here. We just here to discuss the show. That's all we got. We ain't here to talk about who was strongest and who was stronger and who could solo and who could beat. So that's just my little thing. When will I bring back Gail and Grams? Listen, I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. I forgot all about that. I ain't thought nothing else about that. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. I'm so serious, and I'm so sorry because, baby, I ain't thought nothing about a part 2 to that video at all. And I need to go back because I had something planned, but then I feel like I couldn't make it funny. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like, you know how sometimes you kind of hype something up, and then you don't have a good follow through. I feel like that happened with that. Like, I had part 1 and I was so ready. I was like, yes. Because here's something y'all probably don't know because I've never told you this. A lot of the times when I make these videos, I don't have like a script. You know how like some people script out what they're going to say and who's going to say what and da. I don't do that. I literally just start talking and then whatever happens. So when I made the original video, the original Grams and Gail video, it was funny because I was like, yeah, this is what I'm gonna do. Baby, part 2, I couldn't figure out a way to make it funny. I couldn't do it. It was like everything I came up with was just not great. And so, but I think I don't know. I don't know. I hated how they did Phoebe in season 6. I know they didn't have a budget for Powers, but okay. Played in her face. Okay, so Juanita said, why did Graham show up more than their mama? Okay, listen. Here's the thing about it. I'm not trying to throw shade at the actress. So keep this in mind when I say what I'm about to say, that there is no shade towards the actress. Finola Hughes, who played the mama, was booked and busy. Okay? Mama had multiple jobs, multiple bookings, multiple appearances. Okay? And she did not have, I don't think, the time to come on here like that. Like, Jennifer Rhodes, who played Grams, what else was she doing? No shade. Like, what else did she have going on? So, of course, she could pop in and out, every 5 minutes. Finola Hughes was booked. Finola Hughes had jobs. She don't work jobs. She is a job. And so, when it came to, like, having Patty there, we just... She said, listen, I got an afterlife to live, baby. And you just got to do what you got to do. Because she was on All My Children. I think she was still on General Hospital or was making appearances on General Hospital, but she was on All My Children at the time. Like, Mama was thriving and she didn't have time for that. She didn't have time. And then, she, when she came back for Piper's wedding, she was actually pregnant. Like, she was pregnant at that point. So Mama had a lot going on. She didn't have time to be popping in and out, trying to see these witches, these little girls playing witches. She just, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was good because Grams raised them. They didn't really like to spend a lot of time with them. Not they didn't really like. Wait, they didn't really like spin. Oh, you just added the word like. Because I was like, what you mean they didn't like? I'm just gonna decline. I told y'all we ain't adding no more people. My thing was with that, I do think that it would have helped maybe if Patty could have come back a little bit more, because I think them being able to get to know her would have been nice to see. But I think it was realistic that they went for Grams. The only time that I do think it should have been Patty and not Grams, because I don't think it made sense for it to be Grams, was when Piper was like, I want to talk to someone who's been through this before. And she wanted to see Grams, but it made sense, right? So it made sense because Grams was the one who raised her. And so she wanted someone that she knew how to raise children, and she wanted someone that could comfort her, and she wanted someone to teach her how to be a mother. And like y'all said, Grams was her mother, so it made sense that she wanted to talk to Grams. But then at the same time, it's like, if you want to know what it was like to be pregnant with a white lighter baby, I would think you would want to talk to Patty, because Grams probably knew some stuff that was going on. But as far as like actually being pregnant with a half white lighter baby, Patty was the only one that we knew of at the time who had ever carried a half white lighter baby. So I felt like them wanting Grams to be there was probably like, was a little half and half for me. So that's me. But then again, okay, so somebody brought up Chris and how Chris didn't get any, powers in the womb. And so maybe when Patty was pregnant with Paige, it might have been the same thing. Maybe maybe she didn't show any powers as well. So it could have been, it very easily been that Patty wouldn't have known what to tell her either. Because Wyatt was so powerful, he was in a league of his own. Oh, not Patty had 4 magical babies and Grams only had 1. Oh, come on, Reed. Oh, I can't get over that. That wasn't a read. I mean, I don't think it was intended as a read, but it was a read. It was like, So, we never heard about any other witch breaking the rules with a white lighter before Patty. The only reason that I am going to say we don't know is because of the Marks witches. But I try to not even think about them. So, but Patty never raised Paige. She and Sam took her to the church the same night she was born. I don't understand what that's a response to. What is that a response to? I don't know. I'll see. Change the back photo to Cole and Phoebe. No, baby, that's not happening. I'm not doing that. I don't want to see. I'm good. I really want to know what Peter is talking about. What do you mean, but Patty never raised Paige? What is that a response to? I'm a Chris stan. He was the MVP. Baby, we stan Christopher over this way, okay? We stan Christopher. I think she had to show powers. If you think back to that 70s episode when Patty... What the hell are y'all talking about? I think she had to show powers. If you think back to that 70s episode when Patty had a premonition. What are y'all talking about? I feel like I'm completely lost on what... Patty had no experience raising a half witch, half white lighter. I didn't say she had experience raising. I said she was pregnant with. That means she was pregnant with the child and would know what it's like to be pregnant with a half white lighter, half witch baby. I didn't say raising them. I said pregnant. But that's okay. We'll get on the same page eventually. The Charmdons had a magical destiny foretold by the blah, blah, blah. The elders. Ooh. When Patty was pregnant with Phoebe, she had a premonition from Phoebe. Yeah, she did. But what that had to do with anything? So Paige So the reason I'm saying that Paige Okay. Oh, okay. I see what y'all saying because I was like so confused. Okay, so when I said that Paige may have not displayed any powers, okay. I feel like maybe I don't be explaining stuff right because I feel like I said Chris didn't have any powers from the womb. I feel like I said that, and I feel like I connected those two things because that was the point of me bringing that up. Because he didn't have any powers like in utero, and Piper wasn't channeling any of them. So I was saying that maybe Paige's powers didn't manifest, and then two. Never mind. I ain't gonna say that part. I'm not gonna say that part because that don't make no sense. But I was gonna say we don't know what Paige's witch power was because she didn't have one yet. But we don't know that she didn't. I don't know. I mean, clearly she didn't because she doesn't have one now. But anyway, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Just go hush. I don't know what I'm talking about. Y'all staying Chris and the weird little flirting things he had with his aunts. They were flirting with him though. He was, or Phoebe was flirting with him. He wasn't flirting with them. But I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. Paige had powers activated when she got in the car accident. Remember, she orbed out the car. Yeah, but that's why I said a witch power. Because orbing isn't her witch power. I feel like I'm being gaslit. And I don't know why, but I get the feeling I'm being gaslit. I feel like y'all talking about something that's gaslighting me, but I can't put my finger on what it is. But I feel like that's what y'all doing. I feel like y'all done started y'all's mess. But I don't know, I could be wrong. He was flirty when they first met. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I think, yeah. She orbed because she was a natural white lighter. Yeah. So Paige did technically have a witch power, which was the telekinesis, but it got intertwined with her orbing, and so that's where the telekinetic orbing came from. But as far as another like witch ability, no, she did not. To my knowledge, let me say that. Somebody else may remember something that I didn't, but I don't recall that. They're always gaslighting. They are. They always gaslight me. The power 3 was technically with Paige's sister, so her not orbing makes sense. Well, I mean, not really, because her orbing was completely separate from the witch part. So if anything, I could see her white lighter powers manifesting, like in the womb, before her witch powers did. So if she didn't have like a witch ability, I could still see Patty like burping up orbs or something, and Paige was still magical. So you know what I mean? I don't know. Not Arya's mom. Not we are the daughters of the women they couldn't unalive. What that mean? Where they come from? I feel like they came from something. I don't know. Child, I don't know. I thought Paige could orb since she was born white lighter but didn't have witch powers till later. Yeah. She could glamour with a spell, but that's a white lighter ability. So she could glamour naturally. It was her sisters that had to use the spell later on, although they kind of didn't at the same time. But Paige was the first one who could, like, in season 5, when she turned herself into, what's his name's fiance? She did that with her power. Like, the glamoring was her ability. It wasn't a spell. What state do I live in? Why do you want to know that? I'm not going to tell you that. You ain't finna be coming up over here. Stop. I'm still not finna tell you, but let me stop. I also wish they utilized the shapeshifter element. Not shapeshifter. Now she finna be turning her finger into a key. Paige needed more power. She was stuck with just telekinetic organ for how many seasons? Child, okay. Hey, Charmed Ones. Hey, Supreme Fee. Supreme Fee. Y'all, I be trying to follow people back too, so I'm sorry if I don't follow you. It's not my intention not to follow you. I just be forgetting sometimes to hit the button. So yeah, I do agree with about her having telekinesis because of the Stillmans. I do agree with that. When Queen Margot had her power, I do agree. And yes, I did say Queen Margot. Who trying to be my man? Oh, baby, don't nobody want me. I ain't even worried about that, child. Don't nobody want me. I ain't worried about that. It would be nice, but I done gave up on that. I don't even be thinking about it no more. Do you talk about Wicked City on live? I do like to talk about Wicked City. I just haven't done it in a long time, and I really, really need to. I may do that. I think I'm gonna do it. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Oh, Lord. Okay. I'm not a fan of Henry. I don't mind Henry. I don't think Henry was a bad character. I think he just was kind of thrown in the mix. And I don't think that they had Paige was not a daughter of a charmed one. That was the difference with Wyatt and Chris. I feel like I don't know what that's in response to. However, if you are talking about them being pregnant, Chris still didn't manifest any powers when he was in the womb. So I don't know what that statement is in response to. So you let me know. How are you enjoying it so far, Kylie? Let's see. Who's Henry again? Not Normie. Not her Normie, man. Oh my God. Not Normie, Jesus. It won't let you join the Discord. I'm sorry. I don't know why. Message me afterwards and I will try to see what I can do to get you in there. I always thought Phoebe should have the astral projection. Yeah. Season 7 is where they kind of lost me. Yeah, okay. Chris wasn't twice blessed. That's true. Still not. Okay, let me just. What we finna talk about? Cause now I'm overloaded now. Like now it's all these comments and whatever else, and I'm low key sleeping. So we finna have to switch gears a little bit. Friendly hydration reminder. Thank you for reminding me of that. Thank you about that. I know you're a Chris stan, but I've always been a Wyatt girly. Oh my God, evil Wyatt. Oh my God, yes. Adult evil Wyatt, yes. Chris should have gotten a different mix of Warren and Orb and Magic. Yeah, I think Chris. This is no shade, but I think Chris probably should have gotten premonitions, because I think that if Chris had gotten premonitions, they could have maybe done a little bit more with saying that he went through time, like he was able to link his visions to Phoebe. I don't know. There's a whole bunch of potential if he had that power, but then I think him having telekinesis, he was able to. I don't know. I would have given him premonitions probably, especially because we didn't see a whole lot of other witches with premonitions or visions rather, and so it would have been interesting to see how he used them. You know, especially if Phoebe had shown him what she knew about it, and then he expanded on her knowledge. So it would have been nice to see like how far he would take it, especially because my boy did not care about personal gain. So it would have been nice to see what he would have done. So Chris looks so similar to Prue. He did. He really did. I didn't realize it until somebody pointed it out to me though, because I don't turn this on. There's sometimes why I don't turn this on. Ooh, now he could split you like a log. Ooh, that was, my God. That's a statement. Okay. Y'all know I'm in my heterosexual era. And so, I don't talk about things like that because being a straight man, I'm just trying to, you know what I mean? I'm trying to live right. I'm trying to make it to heaven. That was so stupid. Chris would have, baby, hetero. It's giving very hetero. It's giving very, let me go change a tire. It's giving very, let me go chase some punani. It's giving very, dun 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 dun, here comes the bride, and I'm gonna be crying as my bride is walking down. And this is not lipstick. This is a thingy to clean your AirPods with. But anyway, baby, it's giving very much Trader Joe's. It's giving very much Trader Joe's. We love a straight king. We do. And baby, I'm the straightest of them all. Trade, honey. Giving very trade. Very that. Very that. Bob the Builder. Yeah, thank you. Bob the Builder. That's what I'm talking about. Baby, we use these hands. We use these hands to build and create. That's what we do. That's what we do. The fact that you had to tell us what it was because like I said, y'all be gaslighting me. And I know how that was going to turn out. And I know that y'all was going to try to come after me and say that that's what that was. And I already know. And I'm not trying to get my feelings hurt tonight. So, Barbara not Barbara the Builder. Shut up, man. Oh, God. That is so hilarious. Listen, Andre, yes, we like that get you, yeah. That, that's what I'm saying. Oh, thank you, Rebecca. I love that. Thank you. I appreciate that. I love you too. I don't know you, but I love you too. That was I'm scared to show it because I don't know, because it's kind of sharp and I don't need nobody being like, okay, what do you mean gaslight you? We never do that. Now, see, every time I bring it up, that's what happens. I get gaslit and I'm not, Oh, the leprechauns' accents were horrible. Listen, this is what I hated about the leprechauns, right? Is I am a person who gets very caught up in little things, and tiny things really throw me off. And so, you know how they use the phrase to activate the gold, right? For the luck and the bad luck. It always bothers me that they say slante is tante or whatever. But then there's another time when they're like slanta es tanta. And I remember when I heard it said differently the second time, I remember being like, did I just have a stroke? Because that's not how they said that. And I know it wasn't how they said that. I remember specifically when he was like, Slanta es Tanta. I was like, who? Because Slanta sounded like somebody I went to high school with. I'm not understanding how we got to, are we talking about Tanta Kringle? Like, I'm not understanding how we got from point A to point B. Because right now, it's giving very much, y'all couldn't remember what the phrase was, and you just changed it up. That's what it's giving. I can't. like that makes me upset every single time. Butterfly person, we don't talk about who the most powerful charmed one is. We don't do that here. But I'm telling you that it makes me angry. It made me angry because I said, did they not remember what the script was when they were like Slante is Tante, and then like one of them said it so hard. I was like, baby, are you trying to give good luck or are you trying to put a curse? Slante is Tante. I was like, oh my god, calm down, Jesus. We get it. Slante is Tante or what? Sante, whatever they said, child. Whatever the phrase was, but it was something like that. And then somebody gonna be like, he wasn't saying that right. And then and then y'all gonna ask me if I even watched the show. And I'm gonna say no. Yes, they forgot the line, and we're not doing a second take. It is what it is. Slante is Tante. We don't care that that's not what it was the first time, and we're gonna go from there. And if people think that it was said differently, then we don't know. I don't know what to talk about because they were very much gaslighting us, very much gaslighting us. So, I was so sad. I'm assuming you're saying sad when Piper didn't use her freezing power as much when she got her combustion power. Baby, she forgot she could freeze. She said, listen, I'm going to freeze somebody twice a season. And if y'all don't like it, then you just going to have to go watch something else. They said, go watch the animated X-Men series if you trying to see some freezing. I don't know why I said that because wasn't nobody in there freezing people, but y'all know what I'm saying. I mean, what I said doesn't make sense. But that is hilarious. That what I said made absolutely no sense, but I was gonna stand beside it. And you know what? I am gonna stand beside it. I am. I am. I'm gonna stand beside him. I am gonna stand beside him. You said something. What I said? I said, yeah, yeah. Get money. Rachel, I love Rachel's bio. Get this money, sleep, repeat. Okay, Rach. Come on, Rach. Get this money, sleep, repeat. Yes. We have to stand. Baby, we have to stand. I was so mad when Phoebe lost her powers, okay? Yes, watching X-Men is definitely part of my heterosexual era because I feel like only straight people watch X-Men. Or like, if gay people watch it, they watch it for Storm and Rogue. But that's me. Or they watch it for Cyclops. Which, let me be quiet. What's the scariest episode? I don't think Charmed had a scary episode. I can't even answer that question. Because, yes, baby, because Aurora was eating. Aurora was cutting up. Prue throwing people so casually. Okay, she come in, fling that arm, and then she be like, okay, now, which one of you is the demon? And then she done threw everybody in the room. But she'll be like, which one of you is the demon? Oh, yes, Gambit. With the accent, get... I mean, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, because I'm straight. I'm straight. I'm a heterosexual, so I don't do that. I don't do that. I don't lust over men. I would never do something like that. I would never do something like that. The creepiest episode was season 7, the one with the bear. The bear. Oh, with Wyatt's bear. Oh, you talking about Imaginary Friends? The one where he was turned evil by the guy with the eyes. The scariest episode. I mean, the one with the puppet. Awakening. I think that was Awakening in season 2. But I don't think any of them were scary. I could see suspenseful or creepy, But I don't think that there was an episode of Charmed that scared me. So, that's me. Very straight. The dream sorcerer episode was kind of creepy. I will say that. But even that one wasn't scary. Not lies detected. Imagine a world like that. Okay. In Morality Bites, imagine if Phoebe predicted the events of All Hell Breaks Loose. Okay? Oh, yes. Now it made you really worried. The scariest episode was when Grams was getting her back. Just stop it, please. Oh, please. The Boogeyman episode scared Laba. Baby, I'm not finna mess up your name. I feel like that would be like wrong of me to mess up your name, and so I'm not gonna do that. The Boogeyman episode. I feel like I can see how that one would scare, especially if you're watching it when you're younger. I can see how that episode would be scary. I can see that, especially when Phoebe was talking to it and it was telling him that she needed to unalive her sisters, or telling her that she needed to unalive her sisters. She was like, "No, please don't make me do it." And then it took her back over. That was scary. I could see that. I could definitely see that. And then when she was walking down there saying a spell, and he was like, "No, what are you doing?" He said, "No, Phoebe, what are you doing?" He was cutting up. That man was mad. That man was mad. Whoever the actor was said, "Baby, I'm gonna be back. I'm coming back." He said, "No, what are you doing?" Oh, Jesus. Oh, God. Oh, that tickles me. Oh, that tickles me. Oh, that tickles me so much. Oh, Lord. Ooh. Okay, so I was really thinking about that bear. I was like, when was there a bear? If you see me in the woods with a grizzly bear, save the bear. I hated the ninja episode where Piper. Yeah, I think the most suspenseful episode was when they went to the creepy house and got shrunk. That would make sense because Freddy Krueger was in that episode, so it makes sense that one was creepy because they were trying to, give him a little homage. I say homage. Some people say homage. I don't care for pronouncing it like homage, although I'm sure that's probably how you're supposed to say it, and I just heard it differently. But I don't care for saying homage because to me that sounds crazy. Now, am I just completely pronouncing a word the way it's not supposed to be pronounced because I don't like it? Yes. Am I going to continue to do that? I absolutely am. And I don't care who says anything about it because that's the way I want to say it. And I don't care if it's wrong. I don't care if Mr. Webster himself came with his dictionary and was like, "That's not how you say the word." I would still say homage. And did y'all need to know that? No, you didn't. But I'm telling you anyway. I could care less. I'm still gonna say homage. I'm saying it right. Okay, good. Okay, y'all telling me I'm saying it right. I don't know if I believe y'all though, because y'all be gaslighting me. So, y'all be doing me wrong. So I feel like y'all wouldn't tell me if I was saying it right. Wrong. I feel like oh God. Okay, let's see. Imagine a world like that. Oh, child, y'all doing a lot of commenting, which is good. Keep commenting. I'm just looking through it because y'all know I got ADHD. Not babies in general scare you. I'm sorry to hear that. But I don't think that Phoebe's baby trying to unalive that lady was creepy. It was funny more than anything when she punched that woman. I said, oh my God. Okay. What is my favorite episode? Long Live the Queen. The straight telling the girls in case what to do. What you mean? Who? What am I telling y'all? Because you know I'm straight. Imagine a world like that. Listen, Ariana Grande, no, she be writing some music. She be writing some bops, okay? Ooh. What about when Ashley Tisdale was in an episode when she was in that phone booth? Wasn't she the one in the phone booth? And she was, I think that was the Banshee episode, wasn't it? Or am I tripping? If you could choose to be one character in the show, who would you be? Oh, if I could choose to be one character in the show, well, I want to be somebody that's alive, number one. So that takes about half of the cast out of the running. I would probably want to be... Who would I want to be? I feel like I would either want to be Phoebe or Paige. I'd want to be Phoebe or Paige. But that's just me. That's just me. Not be the cat. Not you'll be Kit. I didn't really start listening to Ariana Grande until like a couple of years ago. And I think, I don't know whether she pronounces it Rem or R-E-M, but that was the first song I really, okay, so let me take that lie back because I just lied to y'all. I remember back in the cut, Always Is Never Enough was my song. Like that was my song. And then I liked Problem. But I didn't really listen to like her whole discography. And so when I actually started listening to the discography instead of listening to a random song here or there, I was like, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Miss Grande is... She can't keep a man, but baby, she is writing some hits. Okay? So there you go with that. Beyonce's version. Okay. So we gonna switch for just a quick second. I love Beyonce. And if anyone knows me, they know that, baby, I am part of the Hive. I do not care for her version of that song. And I don't know why. I don't have a specific reason, but I think that Ariana brings like I don't want to use that word. She brings a different feel to it that's more like energetic in like a pop kind of way. Whereas I feel like, like airiness. Whereas I feel like Beyonce's is more sultry and more... I don't care for that song in a sultry manner. If that makes any sense. Like, I don't care for it in that way. It's kind of like how Beyonce sang Resentment and versus how Victoria Beckham and Jasmine Sullivan sang it. I don't care for the way they sang it because it like especially Victoria Beckham, because hers was just very like, I don't even know what genre that was, but I didn't care for it. But Jasmine Sullivan's version was too like gruff Whereas I feel like Beyonce's version of Resentment was heartfelt. Like I felt like Beyonce was singing from her heart about this man that had hurt her, whereas I felt like Jasmine was singing a song, if that makes any sense. So I prefer Beyonce's version of Resentment. But REM, Ram, and all of that, I don't. I tend to care for. I tend to prefer Ariana's. So that's just my little take on that. I know nobody asked me for that opinion, and nobody cares. But that's just my little. Cause like I like the way that people. I like the way things sound sometimes. Or a lot of times, like, that's why I love music so much, because I love the way it sounds and I love the beat, but the way they sing it is... Anyway, so yeah, I know that was off topic, but okay, we switching back now. We switching back. Would Brandy be a charmed one? I don't think Brandy would be a charmed one. I think Brandy would be a good mother of the charmed ones. And that's no shade. And that's not me, whatever. I'm saying I think that Brandy would play a really good mother of the charmed ones, because she has that very, like, embracing nature. And I could see her being very caring towards her children. So, that's just me. That's just me. No, Brandy ain't finna be no elder. I ain't finna do that to my girl. Oh, I love Kelly Clarkson. That is my American Idol, honey. That is my American Idol. I always love that part of Resentment, because here's my thing, and I know this is so messy, but I always love the part, not messy, it's not messy, but I just always love that part of Resentment when Beyonce's like, I know you're probably thinking, because I was like, girl, shut up. I was like, what if I wasn't thinking that, Beyonce? Have you ever thought about that? Have you ever thought about what I'm not thinking? No. Anyway, I love my girl. But I love that song. And I just love the way she sings it. She sang it perfectly. I feel like Paige listens to Beyonce. I don't think she listens regularly. Like, I don't think that she, like, listens to an entire album by Beyonce. But I could see Paige probably... I feel like Paige listened to... I feel like she probably listened to Dangerously in Love. I feel like Dangerously in Love and probably Crazy in Love were, like, her favorite Beyonce songs at the time. Like, I really definitely feel like that. Do I think that she listened to Destiny's Child? No. Oh, baby, Piper is listening to Loretta Lynn. She's listening to Conway Twitty. Piper is listening to Shania Twain. Piper is listening to, like, people like that. Like, that's who she's listening to. Like, Piper listens to Dolly Parton. And she listens to Dolly Parton because Grams used to listen to Dolly Parton. Like, that's very much what she's given. To me. She's given very much, like, Reba, and y'all know we stan Queen Reba on this page, and so I feel like Piper listens to Reba. Prue probably listened to, like, Nick. Like, I feel like Prue listened to, like... Okay, I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna be shady, but I don't know, like, a lot of those. Okay, I feel like Phoebe probably listened to Alanis Morissette. I feel like Phoebe loved herself some Alanis Morissette. And I feel like she probably listened to, like, Jewel. I feel like Phoebe probably went up for Jewel. I feel like Phoebe probably went up for, like, Natasha. What's her name? Natasha Bedingfield or whatever. She probably listened to that. I feel like Paige, like I said, I feel like Paige listened to Beyonce, but not like huge. I don't think she was like in it like that. Paige gives me very like Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera. Like she gives me Pink. Like I feel like Paige loved Pink. Like I feel like that's the kind of music she listened to. Michelle Branch, yeah, yep. Phoebe definitely listened to Michelle Branch. Like Prue is hard because I feel like I don't know what Prue's musical tastes would be, because I feel like she was young enough to where she would listen to the same stuff that they would, but I feel like she also would like Meatloaf or the Cranberries or something like that. Like, I guess I'm just hungry and I'm talking about food, but I definitely feel like Prue was listening to stuff like that. Like, she was still listening to ABBA. She was probably still listening to like, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like that's the kind of stuff she does. Nirvana. Yeah, oh, Paige was definitely listening to Green Day and Nirvana. Like, Daughtry. She was probably listening to like, what's the name of that group? Uh, um, oh my God, what is the name of that? Let me look this up because that's gonna bother me so bad. What is the name of that group? 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 Dun, 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 dun. Oh my God, what is the name of that group? What is the name of that group? I could spend my lifetime getting high. Never wanna. Buckcherry. Paige was listening to Buckcherry. That's the name of the group. Paige was listening to Buckcherry. That's who. Like, you cannot tell me. Oh, and Rebecca, I love Gilmore Girls. Gilmore Girls is my song. My show. No, it was very much Buckcherry. Like, I know Paige was putting on Buckcherry, living her best life. I know it. And nobody can convince me otherwise. Like, you would have to tell me for sure and give me her iPod, because Paige had an iPod. Paige was not, she didn't have like a Zune. She didn't have one of those MP3 players that you had to go to like Dollar General to get or anything like that. The ones that you go to Dollar General and then you got to hook it up to the computer and put the, no, Paige didn't have that. Paige didn't have that. Paige had an iPod. I could see Prue listening to Stevie Nicks. Yeah, Fleetwood Mac, all of that. Seven Wonders. Very much that. Very much that. That was Prudence. Prue was giving me very, very much that. What were there? Okay, now Alessandra, you gotta stop, because Prudence was not listening to none of that. Prue was not finna listen to Megan. And Prue was not finna listen to Summer Walker. She would never. Like, let's be for real. My girl she would never. She would cast a spell to make the music industry destroyed before she would ever listen to music like that. I feel like she would listen to Coco Jones. I do. I do feel like she would listen to Coco Jones. I don't know why. I don't have a reason, but I do feel like she would. Like, I feel like she would listen to it and be like, I can identify with her. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but yeah. Oh, baby. If Piper heard Megan Thee Stallion, or she heard anything like that, baby, she's calling the police on her sisters. She's not doing that. Piper's not gonna let that happen at 1329 Prescott Street. The minute she heard someone saying, "I'm her," cops. And the minute I'm talking about, the minute she heard it, 911. The minute she heard, "I'd rather be a bitch," she would be like, "I'd rather call it COPS. How about that?" Lord Jesus, have mercy. That the tickle my, that the tickle me, that the tickle me, that the tickle me. Oh Lord Jesus. Mind you, she's the one with the club, but she ain't going that far. Baby, she said this is a club. She said this is not plush. She said this is P3. She said, "Baby, listen, if you want to hear that trap mess, you better go to another part of town. Cause it ain't finna happen at P3. It ain't finna happen at P cubed. That's not happening. It's not happening at P cubed." Oh God. Yeah, they would have played it at the spot. Oh, the spot would have definitely played it. Oh yeah. The spot would have played it, and Piper would have sold that club so quick. The minute they started playing something like that, sell it, knock it down, and get the insurance money. Cause she would never. She would absolutely never. Oh God. I feel like Lily would listen to like. I feel like Leo still listens to stuff from the 30s. If I were the only, no, if you, I was gonna say if I was the only girl, if you were the only girl in the world, and I was the only boy. Like he still listens to that. Like he went and got that on the vinyl. He got the vinyl of it, and he still plays that. Yeah, I call Leo Lily because I'm not finna respect him and call him by his. No, I'm not doing that. Grams would never listen to 50 Cent. Girl, bye. Goodbye. That man would never listen. I mean, that woman, whatever she was, child, she wouldn't dare listen to that. Girl, get away from me. Because she is not finna listen to no 50 Cent. Can you imagine Grams being like, I can't do it. I can't do it. I'll take you to the candy shop. Like, no. Grams is not gonna do that. Grams listened to Diana Ross and the Supremes because I feel like that's as ethnic as she was willing to go. I feel like that's as black as Grams was gonna go, was Diana Ross and the Supremes. Like, still kind of has that, like, cause y'all know Diana Ross. How do I say this? Y'all know Diana Ross sometimes. Her voice is a little basic sometimes. And so I feel like that's what Grams will want. Like, she don't want nothing too aggressively black. She just wants to listen to like something like that. So that's my thing. I don't think she would listen to Gladys Knight because Gladys Knight. I don't think she would listen to Gladys Knight or Patti LaBelle because that's too like for us. I'm not saying that Diana Ross was for I think that was the appeal of Diana Ross, though, is the fact that she didn't have a voice that fit into like a specific genre. Like, you know how Gladys Knight was meant to sing like R&B/R&B pop type music. Like, that's the kind of voice Gladys Knight has. I feel like that's why Patti was so popular, is Patti LaBelle kind of had a voice that could fit different genres, but she was still like for black people. I don't know. I'm Prue would definitely listen to George Michael. I could see that. I could see that. I feel like Grams listened to like Melissa Etheridge. She was she was listening to like Melissa Etheridge. She was listening to like I don't know. I feel like Prue listened to David Bowie. I don't know why, but I feel like Prudence listened to David Bowie. Oh, Billy would definitely listen to Hilary Duff. So yesterday, was it a bird? I'm just a bird that's already flown away, or whatever it was. Very that. Very that. Dixie Chicks, I feel like Piper and Prue listen to Dixie Chicks. I do. I feel like Piper and Prue both listen to Dixie Chicks. That's me. I feel like that. Yeah. Paige gives me very much Britney. Paige gives me very much. She's so lucky. She's a star. I feel like Phoebe could listen to that particular song, but Paige. I feel like Paige listened to like certain Britney Spears songs, and then Phoebe would listen to certain. Like Lucky seems like that would be a Paige and Phoebe thing, but it gives me very much Paige. Paige will be like, she's so lucky. She's a star, but she cries in her lonely heart, thinking if there's nothing missing in my life, then why do these tears come at night? That's my song. I don't know if y'all know that, but that's my song. I love that particular song. But Paige listens to like Pink, stuff like that. I feel like Phoebe would be update. I feel like Phoebe would be like current, but a lot of the people that Phoebe would listen to, I feel like I don't know who they are because I don't know. I feel like Billy would listen to like Aaron Carter. It just clicked, you know, all these songs because you're older than me. Okay. Okay. I don't know what to say to that. Okay. I'm a little bit gagged. I don't know what to say about that. Okay. Baby, that threw me so off. I don't even know what to say. I don't know where to go. I am gagged. It takes a lot to make me speechless, but I don't know where to go from there. I'm just gonna be quiet. I'm just gonna hush. I'm just gonna not shade. You said you were 30 last live. Oh, okay. I don't know. Oh God. Okay. I feel like Paige will probably stop listening to Britney around like what was the name of that song? Was it Slave for You? Is it I'm a slave for you? Like, I feel like that's when she probably stopped listening to her. Y'all know Brittany can't. Shut up, Kim. And so yeah, no, you fine. You just gagged me a little bit. Child, I didn't know what to say. I didn't know where to go. I was very, like, oh. Paige definitely gives me heavy metal. I feel like Paige listens to heavy metal as well. So yeah. Child. Paige got one or two Tupac songs. I could see that. I could see Paige listening to Tupac. I could see that. I could see Paige, for some reason, and please do not ask me why, because I don't have an answer to this. But I feel like Paige would like Lil' Kim. I really do. I really feel like Paige would like Lil' Kim. And I don't know why. Like, but it would be like, it would be kind of like in that her kids will be like, Mom, please stop. Like, not GR, shut up, lady, TL. But, I feel like Put Your Lighters Up was probably Paige's favorite song. I don't know why. I like there is something about Lil' Kim that I feel like Paige would be. I feel like Paige would like Lil' Kim because of the women empowerment part of it. I really feel like she would respect the fact that Lil' Kim was in control of herself. You know what I mean? Like, no matter what, how sexual, no matter how whatever, like, the fact that Lil' Kim was making the kind of music that she wanted to make, I feel like Paige would respect that, and she would be drawn to that. And even if she didn't necessarily, like, listen to it, I feel like all the time, I feel like she would like Lil' Kim. So that's just me. That's just me. Paige would have been a Nicki stan. I could see that. Not a stan. I don't think she would have been a stan, because by the time Nicki like started coming on the scene, really, Paige was like what? Well, she was like 32, 33 when Nicki started coming on the scene. So she would have been too old. But I don't think she would have been a stan. Like, I don't think she would have been a Barb. I feel like Paige would have been the person that would be like, starships were meant to fly. And Piper would be like, what are you singing? And she's like, I heard that song on the radio. And she wouldn't know who it was by. But not because she didn't care, but because she just couldn't catch the name. And I feel like as Nicki started to like get bigger and bigger and bigger, I feel like Paige would be like, oh yeah, I like her. Like, she would, but she didn't listen to it like that. Like, she didn't listen to like her whole discography, but she remembers liking Nicki. You know what I mean? Prue probably listened to Trina. Ain't nobody listening to Trina, child. Trina ain't even listening to Trina, so let me stop. Somebody says something. Paramore. Yeah, Paige likes Paramore. I feel like Piper likes Paramore. So, I feel like Paige watches Love and Hip Hop. I don't know why. I mean, watches Love. Yeah, watches. Did I say watches or listen? I feel like she watches Love and Hip Hop. Well, baby, I'm not trying to. I mean, no shade towards Trina. You know, I know that people in Miami listen to her. So, that's all she needs is the people in Miami. Oh, Piper loved Reba. You know, I'm not answering that question. Random thoughts. I'm not answering that question. But I do feel like Every time Piper turned on the TV, I feel like that was what she would do. Like when the Reba night was on, when the night Reba would come on, she would like get her popcorn ready. A single mom who works too hard, who loves her kids and never stops, with gentle hands and the heart of a fighter. Dum 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 dum. I'm a survivor. Like very much that. I feel like Piper was very into Reba. And baby, we stand Reba over this way. We stand us some Reba. Phoebe ain't listening to no Blue Cantrell. Shut up. Phoebe don't even know who Blue Cantrell is. Blue Cantrell, more like Blue Can't Sell. Let's see. Yeah, Paige. I feel like Paige and Phoebe would watch Love and Hip Hop together, and like I feel like Paige would be all in. Like I feel like Paige will be all into that, but Phoebe's more in it because Paige is watching it. To me, I could see Phoebe being a Taylor Swift fan. I could see her being. I feel like Piper. I feel like Piper would probably listen to Taylor Swift when she was doing country, but then when Taylor went to more pop music, I feel like that's when Phoebe started liking her, and Piper probably backed up a little bit and was like, "I'm good." Piper was probably like, "No, thank you. I don't want to listen to that." Like Piper was into she wears short skirts, I wear sneakers or whatever. She's cheer captain and I'm in the bleachers. Like, yeah. Like that was Piper. Oh, not Gene. Y'all so messy. Shut up. Shut up. Y'all so messy. Prue would love Jill Scott. I feel like I could see her giving Jill Scott a chance. I feel like I could definitely see Jill Scott giving Jill Scott a chance. Henry was I don't see that for Henry. I don't see that for Henry. Piper was definitely a pop country, but yes, very much so. Like Piper was definitely into that pop country. I feel like the only time Piper listened to something that could be akin to something else is when Nelly did that song with whoever that was, Trace Atkins or whoever it was. It's all in my head. I think about it over and over again. I can't keep picturing you with him. Like I feel like that's the only time Piper listened to one of us. Tim McGraw. There we go. Tim McGraw. Baby, they used to be my jam. Do you understand me? Piper, I'm not reading that because that's a lie from the pits of hell. One of the sisters definitely listened to Eminem, probably Paige. Probably Phoebe or Paige. I would give it to one of them. I love that y'all think that these women are listening to all these black artists. And they are not. So let me see. Y'all are tripping and I love it. I'm here for it. Which one is a diehard Dolly fan? I feel like Grams was a diehard Dolly fan. I feel like when Dolly released Jolene, I really genuinely feel like Grams was the only song that the sisters heard in the house for probably like 6 months was Jolene. And Grams would just run around the house, Jolene. Like Grams was wearing Jolene out. Do you understand me? And I feel like Piper liked it because Grams liked it, but I feel like she actually didn't like it. Like she didn't listen to Dolly Parton other than when she wanted to think about Grams. But I think Grams was probably effing up some Jolene. Like, baby, Do you hear me? And then I feel like when Whitney Houston released her version of I Will Always Love You, I feel like Grams was probably like, I can't believe that they just let any and everyone remake these classic songs. I mean, it's ridiculous. Like, I feel like that was Grams. Like, I feel like she couldn't stand the fact that Whitney Houston remade that song. I really, really feel like that. Like, I feel like she probably wrote a letter to Whitney Houston and was like, you need to unrelease this song because she loved Dolly Parton that much. Now, is that me being petty? Yes. But I still stand by that. Yes, yes, yes. Grams will be like, that's the good one. That's the good one. It's kind of like when Lorelai on Gilmore Girls, when Lorelai was singing it, and they were like, oh, she's got some pipes on her. And I was like, are the pipes rusted? Because I love Lauren Graham to death, and I love myself some Lorelai Gilmore, but it was giving very much, I'm singing at my second grade talent show, and my mom was telling me I'm doing a good job. Like, it was giving that. It was giving that. It was giving that. The pipes were not in the room with us. There was no run. If the pipes were there, there was no running water. Like, Piper is not going to listen to no. If Piper listened to No Scrubs, it would be in her room by herself. She would magically, like, seal the room off so no one could hear her. That's the only way she's listening to No Scrubs. I feel like Phoebe probably was on No Scrubs. I feel like Phoebe was cutting up with No Scrubs. But then she was singing it like off key and stuff like that. So, I feel like Piper watches Rachel Ray. I feel like Piper loves Rachel Ray. I feel like Rachel Ray and like Jada De Laurentiis, I feel like those are her favorite people. Like, I genuinely feel like Food Network, she would just watch it all the time. And baby, I am telling you that I feel like she was tearing Rachel Ray up. 30 minute meals, $40 a day, all of that. Like, she was tearing it up. She was watching Thanksgiving in 60. She was watching all of that. Jada is her role model. I feel like Jada is her role model. Yes, 100%. I 100% can agree with that. Yeah. Jay Curvy Style said, how am I watching Charm right now and just happened to stumble across the content? It was meant to be. My spell is working. My spell is working. I feel like Phoebe listens to Spice Girls. I feel like Phoebe and Prue listen to Spice Girls. And that's one of the things that like helped to mend their relationship. Because one day Phoebe was like, I'll tell you what I want, what I really, really want. And Prue was like, yo, tell me what you want, what you really, really want. And she was looking at her like, girl, I didn't know you knew this song. And she was like, there's a lot of things you don't know about me. And then that's what helped to kind of like bring them together. That's what I think. That's what I think. That don't mean nothing. Oh, you know. Thank you for saying that, Remy Ma. Let me find out you actually reminisce. So, I know Piper was watching Ina Garten. I know she was watching Ina Garten. Because you can't tell me that Piper wasn't telling people like, Stormbond is fine. You know it. You know that she was trying to throw dinner parties, and you know she was roasting a chicken like nobody would believe. Like, I feel that in my soul. I feel that in my soul and in my heart. Which Spice Girl is each sister's favorite? I feel like Sporty Spice was Phoebe's favorite, and then Posh Spice was Prue's favorite. Piper definitely got the Pioneer crock pot. Like, I know she be watching Reed and she be like, that lad, he's one good looking man. And Leo be like, Piper, I'm right here. And she's like, I know you are. And she be giving a lad the eye. And then like when Ree be talking about Paigey and what's the girl? Well, Alex. It's Alex and Paigey, and then the other two boys. She'll be like, she is such a good mom. And then she wants to treat Wyatt and Chris and Melinda the way that Ree be treating her kids. What, Todd and what's the other boy's name? Okay, so it's Paige, Alex, Todd. Is it Brian? No. What's the other boy's name? Because I was gonna call him Brick. That's not Brick. Is it Bryce? Because I feel like I'm getting that mixed up with Sandra Lee. Because remember Sandra Lee, she had like her nephew, and his name was, she called him Bryce or something like that. I think his name was Bryce. I don't know. Listen. I feel like Prue was watching Semi Homemade with Sandra Lee, because Sandra Lee would be like, oh, we're gonna add a dash of vodka, and then she would just like pour the entire bottle. Oh baby, oh baby, oh baby, oh baby. Prue was watching that woman down, and she'd be like, I actually like this one. And like she would watch her and she'd be making all the little cutesy stuff, and she'd be like, Prue would be like, when is she gonna make her drink? And when she went to pouring all this stuff in there, that was a wrap. That was when Prue was like, yeah, I'm tuning in now, buddy. Leo was doing what? If you think that's great. I feel like Prue watches CNN. I feel like Prue watch CNN and like CMT. Probably. I feel like I could see Prue watching a lot of True TV. And then Piper, of course, was watching Food Network. I feel like she would watch a lot of like the USA Network. I feel like Piper was watching a lot of the USA Network, Fox News, things like that. Like, yeah. HGTV, if I didn't already say that. Phoebe was watching Cartoon Network. Phoebe was watching... I feel like I could see Phoebe watching probably HGTV too as well. But Lifetime. I feel like Piper and Phoebe are big Lifetime girlies. Whereas Paige was watching like Spike TV, stuff like that. I don't think any of the sisters would like anime. Maybe Phoebe. Maybe Phoebe or Paige. I could see Phoebe or Paige watching anime. Yeah, I could see it. Piper loves Hallmark and Phoebe loves Lifetime. Yeah. Yeah. Them girls ain't listening to no Destiny's Child. So I'm not even finna answer that question. Because them folks weren't listening to no Destiny's Child. If they did, I feel like Prue was watching SVU and Criminal Minds. That part. She was watching that. Prue watches like Forensic Files and Snapped and things like that. Like, that's what she watches. Oh, Piper was all over Shania Twain. Piper was a Shania Twain girl. All day. All day. Y'all, it's about that time. It's about that time. I realize I be cutting it off like randomly instead of just being like, okay, y'all, we're gonna wrap up in 5 minutes. I just be like, okay, y'all, I'm done. I don't know why I be so tickled when I get off of here, because I'm like, I literally will just be like, all right, y'all, I'm gonna get off. It don't be no countdown. It don't be no, okay, well, y'all, We got 5 more minutes. I just be like, okay, I'll see y'all later. But although y'all do know, when y'all see the blanket, that's an indication. When y'all see the blanket, that means we getting ready to wrap it up. So when you see the blanket, that's on you. If you think that we not finna go ahead and whatchamacallit, that's on you. Thank you, Crystal. I appreciate that. And it is good to see like us, our people that love the show. Oh yeah. I didn't know it was so many of us. But yeah, child, do I go live any other days of the week? I do want to start going live more. I don't know. Oh my God, excuse me, my Lord Jesus. I don't know what day I want to do it though. Because I'm starting to think that I'm probably gonna do it on Wednesdays for like maybe an hour or so, or maybe an hour and a half. But I don't know for sure. And I'm not 100% sure yet. So don't quote me on that. But I do have a lot of stuff that I want to start doing in the new year. And so to everyone that's saying good night, good night. I'm gonna just finish this up real quick and then we'll probably get on off. But you know, because we do it every Saturday. Not do it, we do it. But no, you know, we go live every Saturday. I am thinking that I'll probably add in Wednesday. So maybe not. Don't quote me on that, because you know I be lying to y'all sometimes. I be telling y'all. You know I be telling y'all I'm gonna do something and then be forgetting about it. So you know I be lying. So don't quote me on it, because baby, your quote will be if you waiting on me. Who? Because listen. Somebody brought up that Grams and Gail part 2 video, and baby, I lied straight through my teeth. Because there is not gonna be a part 2. It might. You never know. That may be y'all's Christmas present. I got something I want to do for Christmas too, but I'm gonna ask y'all about it. I'm gonna make a video about that. But anyway, all right. So for real, y'all, I'm finna go ahead and go. Y'all have a good night. It was great talking to y'all hussies. It was great seeing y'all tonight. I mean, I didn't see y'all, but it was great talking to y'all. So, yes, come on, new straight friend, because that's definitely what I am. It's giving very much straight friend. Hetero. Anyway, good night, y'all. Y'all have a good night. Y'all have a pleasant weekend, the rest of the weekend. Bye, y'all. Love y'all hussies down. Baby, now I don't know how to turn it off. Girl, now I don't know how to turn it off. Oh, okay, there we go. Okay, bye.